Over the years, a million weapons have been birthed and had the privilege to grace the front line of battlefields, but not all of them have had what it takes to stay relevant and useful in the defense industry due to continuous evolution and technological developments, while some are simply irreplaceable. What are the unique characteristics of these weapons? How have they managed to remain vital despite constant evolution? And who stays on top of this cutting-edge technology? Well, we have the answer for you, my friends. Join us as we check out 2024's baddest jets in the world and what country has them in their possession. You might be surprised with some of these, so be sure to stick around until the very end. Shinyang FC31. The Shinyang FC31 Gerfalcon, also called the J-31, is a Chinese prototype fighter plane made by Shinyang Aircraft Corporation. The official nickname given by SAC is Gerfalcon, but it's also known as the F-60 or J-21 Snowy Owl in some media, and military enthusiasts sometimes refer to it as Falcon Hawk. It's important to note that the JXX designation in the Chinese military is used for projects supported by the People's Liberation Army, while the FC-31 was independently developed by the aircraft manufacturer as a private venture. After Chengdu Aerospace Corporation won the bid for the next generation jet fighter, officially supported by the People's Liberation Army Air Force, Shinyang Aircraft Corporation continued with a separate project to attract potential export customers. In 2011, a model labeled F-60 appeared online, and in 2012, images and videos circulated suggesting the development of an aircraft. Nicknamed the Zhongzi plane, some pictures indicated a possible fully assembled aircraft on an airfield. The F-60 is believed to be an export version, with the J-31 serving as the domestic Chinese variant. Chinese aviation expert Zhu Gongling referred to the J-31 as an expert-oriented, low-end, latest-generation warplane. The J-31's maximum takeoff weight has been raised from 25,000 kilograms to 28,000. And regarding the engine, Shinyang Aircraft Corporation confirmed that the J-31 is now equipped with a Gizhao WS-19 turbofan engine, providing a maximum thrust of 12 tons force. This is an upgrade from the original WS-13, which had a thrust of 9 tons force with afterburner. The overall thrust of the jet has increased from 18 tons to 24 tons. The jet's maximum combat range has expanded to 1,250 kilometers, and it can also supercruise. Also, the J-31 now uses stealth coatings instead of the previously used baked-in fiber matte stealth. The Russia Su-57 Felon. The Sukhoi Su-57, also known as Felon, is a twin-engine stealth fighter created by Sukhoi. It comes from the PAK-FA program, which started in 1999 to provide a more modern and cost-effective option compared to the MFI. The Su-57 is the first Russian military aircraft that is designed with stealth technology and is meant to be the foundation for a group of stealthy combat planes. The design mainly prioritizes frontal stealth, but the back part of it is not optimized for radar stealth compared to some American planes, possibly to save costs and align with Russia's strategy of using the aircraft with friendly air defense systems. This fighter jet has the ability to carry different types of missiles and bombs for air-to-air and air-to-ground missions. The aircraft also has a built-in autocannon for close-range targets. Weapons are carried internally in weapons bay within the aircraft, and antennas are recessed from the surface of the skin to preserve the aircraft's stealthy shape, while radar-absorbent material coatings absorb radar emissions and reduce the reflection back to the source. The Su-57 has a glass cockpit with no analog gauges. Information is displayed on two 38cm main multifunctional LCD displays similar to the arrangements of the Su-35S. Supplementing the primary display is a smaller multifunctional display and digital control panel, and the cockpit has a wide-angle head-up display. Primary controls are the joystick and a pair of throttles, with all major functions controlled with hands on throttle and stick. The aircraft uses a two-piece canopy, with the aft section sliding forward and locking into place. The canopy is treated with metallized coatings to reduce the aircraft's radar signature. The aircraft canopy is coated with 70 to 90 nanometers thick metal oxide layers with enhanced radar wave absorbing to minimize the radar return of the cockpit by 30% and protect the pilot from the impact of ultraviolet and thermal radiation. The production tolerances are significantly tighter than previous Russian fighters in order to improve stealth characteristics. China J-20 Mighty Dragon. This fighter, often referred to as the Mighty Dragon, is a stealth fighter developed by China's Chengdu Aerospace Corporation for the People's Liberation Army Air Force. It's designed to be powerful and precise for various weather conditions. The Mighty Dragon has three variants that are unique in their own aspects: the J-20A, the thrust-vectoring J-20B, and the J-20S, which can have two seats. The fighter has a large weapon bag to cart both long-range missiles and precision-guided munitions. It also possesses smaller side bats for short-range missiles. These side bays give this aircraft the ability to fire missiles quickly while keeping the bay door closed. Unlike some other aircrafts that possess internal autocannon, the J-20 does not have one, and this makes it unable to participate in close-range fight. Instead, it focused on engaging threats and targets from a distance with missiles like the PL-15 and PL-21. It may also use air-to-ground munitions for precision strikes. The fighter can carry weapons inside and also have hard points on the wings to keep fuel. However, it is unlikely to use fuel tanks during combat due to increased vulnerability. The ability to carry 6 missiles in the main bay is in development, and there are plans to use a staggered arrangement for enhanced capability. The Chengdu J-20 uses a comprehensive design to make it less visible to radar. It combines features like canted wings, leading-edge root extensions, and divertless supersonic inlets to reduce its radar cross-section. The chined forebody, modified radar radome, and electroconductive canopy contribute to its stealth. The aircraft has various low observable features like a flat bottom for internal weapons, sawtooth edges on compartment doors, mesh coverings on cooling ports, embedded antennas, and radar-absorbing coatings. Concerns were raised about using canards on a stealthy design, but experts argued that canards can be compatible with stealth if controlled properly. This fighter also makes use of composite materials to reduce radar cross-sections. It can use radar reflectors during peacetime for safety, and analysts note that even with limited stealth, it can effectively hide and strike critical targets in certain conditions. While there's debate about the J-20's stealth, military analysts generally agree that its design is superior to the Russian Su-57, and improvements may come as the program develops. F22 Raptor. The F-22 Raptor is a fighter plane made by Lockheed Martin. It first flew in 1990 and entered service in the United States Air Force in 2005. Because it is very expensive and dogfighting isn't common today, there aren't as many of them as other fighter planes. It is a stealth aircraft, which means it's very hard to see on radar. It can hold 6 radar-guided medium-range AIM-120 AIMRAAM missiles and 2 heat-seeking short-range AIM-9 Sidewinder missiles. Its top speed is 1,500 miles per hour, which is 2.2 times the speed of sound. It features thrust vectoring, where the plane's thrust nozzles turn to help it turn faster. Thrust vectoring is very useful in dogfights. The F-22's shape combines stealth and aerodynamic performance. Planform and panel edges are aligned and surfaces have continuous curvature to minimize its radar cross-section. Its clipped diamond-like delta wings are smoothly blended into the angular fuselage with 4 empennage surfaces and leading-edge roof extensions running to the upper outboard corner of the carrot inlets. The inlets' upper edges also meet the fuselage's forebody chines. Flight control surfaces include leading-edge flaps, flaperons, ailerons, rudders to the canted vertical stabilizers, and all moving horizontal tails. For speed brake function, the ailerons deflect up, flaperons down, and rudders outward to increase the drag. Owing to the focus on the supersonic performance, area rule is applied extensively to the aircraft's shape, and nearly all of the fuselage volume lies ahead of the wing's trailing edge, with the stabilizers pivoting from tail booms and extending all of the engine's nozzles. Weapons are carried internally in the fuselage for stealth. The aircraft has a refueling boom receptacle centered on its spine and a retractable tricycle landing gear, as well as an emergency tailhook, fire suppression system, and fuel tank inerting system are installed for survivability. The F-22's shape combines stealth and aerodynamic performance. Platform and panel edges are aligned, and surfaces have continuous curvature to minimize its radar cross-section. Its clipped diamond-like delta wings are smoothly blended into the angular fuselage with 4 empennage surfaces and leading-edge root extensions running to the upper outboard corner of the carrot inlets. The inlet's upper edges also meet the fuselage's forebody chines. Flight control surfaces include leading-edge flaps, flaperons, ailerons, rudders on the cant vertical stabilizers, and all moving horizontal tails. For speed brake function, the ailerons deflect up, flaperons down, and rudders outward to increase drag. Owing to the focus on supersonic performance, area rule is applied extensively to the airplane's shape, and nearly all of the fuselage volume lies ahead of the wing's trailing edge, with the stabilizers pivoting from tail booms extending aft of the engine nozzles. Weapons are carried internally in the fuselage for stealth. The aircraft has a refueling boom receptacle centered on its spine and retractable tricycle landing gear, as well as an emergency tailhook, fire suppression system, and a fuel tank inerting system are installed for survivability. US F-35. The F-35 Lightning II is an American family of versatile combat aircraft designed for air superiority, strike missions, electronic warfare, and intelligence. Lockheed Martin led the project in collaboration with Northrop Grumman and BAE Systems. The fighter jet has three variants: F-35A for conventional takeoff and landing, F-35B for short takeoff and vertical landing, and F-35C for carrier-based operations. The aircraft originated from the Lockheed Martin X-35, which won the Joint Strike Fighter program in 2001, surpassing the Boeing X-32. The United States primarily funded its development, and other NATO countries and close allies like the United Kingdom, Australia, Canada, Italy, Norway, Denmark, and the Netherlands also contributed. Despite interest from additional countries, the program has faced criticism due to its immense size, complexity, rising costs, and delayed deliveries. The decision to produce the aircraft concurrently with ongoing development caused expensive design modifications and retrofits. This fighter is a group of single-engine supersonic stealth multi-role fighters. It is the second fifth-generation fighter in U.S. service and the first operational supersonic short takeoff and vertical landing stealth fighter. The F-35 focuses on low observables, advanced avionics, and sensor fusion for heightened situational awareness and effective long-range capability. The United States Air Force views it as a primary strike fighter for suppression of enemy air defense missions due to its advanced sensors. It has a wingtail configuration with stealthy canted vertical stabilizers, and its flight control service includes various elements. Its short wingspan is designed to fit on USN amphibious assault ships, and it employs fixed diverterless supersonic inlets for the engine. The aircraft is relatively heavy, incorporating composites and advanced materials. While not as fast as the F-22, it competes well with fourth-generation fighters, providing good subsonic acceleration, high alpha characteristics, and extended combat range due to its internal weapons bay and stealth capabilities. Thanks for watching, guys. While you're still hanging around, click on the link appearing on your screen and watch another one of our awesome videos. And please don't forget to subscribe.